Hello guys, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, sir.
Salam sir.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam sir.
Wait. Let me. Okay, I think I've attached the link for you for attendance for tonight. Can you please fill out the attendance? But from time to time, I will keep on updating that link. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So based on our schedule for tonight, actually we have to have some presentations on your proposals. Let me check through. Okay. So for those who are joining in, okay, please fill out the attendance for tonight. I've given the links in our chat box. So just for you to know, since we've only got around 2 hours of lecture, you're not, we might not able to ask for each team to present because I think each team will be required around 20, 15 minutes, actually depending on the questions that will be asked by me. But we'll try to make it best, just to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to present their own topic so that you can ask me to clear out your doubts on any kind of components that you think is a bit difficult to deal out with. Okay. So I think we can start with our presentation. Before that, I'm hoping that everyone has taken their has consumed their not breakfast, has breakfast. Yeah, hopefully. I just finished mine actually. Okay. Now we'll proceed with our first presenter. Who wants to present first? Or should we go and follow by the numbers? Anyone? If there's no one who would like to speak out about this, I think I will just speak for any one of you. Which one do you prefer?
By numbers.
Yes, about according to the numbers. I have actually I have picked out few groups within my mind actually, but we'll try to follow it by the numbers. If we couldn't make it to the groups that I actually have mentioned, I think we'll just skip for a few groups and just proceed with it. Okay. So for the first group, are you guys ready with your presentation of your proposal? Just for tonight, we are actually focusing on your video documentary. For the rest of the other proposal, I think we have the opportunity on our very next week. We'll try to make it. So for the first group, which group is it? Group one. Are you guys ready?
What, sir?
All right. Now we've got 100 participants on tonight. Okay, let's see through. Where did it go? I've got 103. Yes, Evan, I'm waiting. It's okay.
Okay, hello. You
Hello.
guys can see my slide. What? Sorry.
Evan, can you actually enlarge the screen a bit?
Okay.
Okay, better.
Okay. My name. Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ivan Osbert. Our group will present about Secret of Warisan 1958. Okay. So. Uh, Secret of Warisan 1958 is a documentary that focus on the art and culture found in a historic place that has been abandoned for a long time. So, for the executive summary, Warisan 1953, a traditional high-rise wooden house located in Batu Pahat, was built in 1953. The cultural heritage and history of a family has a very high value and is integral to defining people's identity and link between generations. However, the house began to be neglected for 50 years. In 2019, Mr. Tony Kerr, the second eldest son of late grandfather Kek Sui An, decided to save the preserve the house as a private initiative. So the Museum of Art and Cultural History in the past 5 years, uh, we have been they have been dedicated to art learning and art exhibiting to grow the art community. Background: there are many historical places in Malaysia. In fact, each historical place has its own purpose and identity. Therefore, Secret of Warisan 1953 will help to increase the community that is interested and want to learn more about batik art, pottery, fiber art, oil painting, and others. So for the project description, I will pass to next presenter.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi,
Hello.
I am Arif and I will continue the presentation. for the project description, and this is our scope and methodology. As you can see, this video documentary will feature an interview with a batik artist named Joey Kerr and her family to discover the history of the traditional wooden house in Batu Pahat called Warisan 1953. Okay, and this documentary will demonstrate the beauty of drawing batik and learn more about the origin of the art museum. This project involves people around the museum, including the Kerr family and the staff instructor in the compound. And next we go to the scope. In addition, this project is focused on all users of batik pattern who are interested in learning more about culture. The purpose of this project is to have an interview with an artist named Joey Kerr to get information about how this batik pattern is produced. This is because students can learn about the traditional heritage that has been introduced for generations to appreciate the traditional art heritage of batik pattern. This is in line with the development of the era of technology that is growing, which is that in the beginning people can create batik pattern with their own ideas, and today they can find ideas to achieve to advance the pattern with the computer while editing it. And next we go to the project timeline. I'm very sorry, sir, because as you can see, it is incomplete, but we try to complete it as soon as possible lah.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
And then we go to the project resource.
Who is actually Joeyka? He is
Joey,
someone actually working in that cultural place.
she is the artist that produced the
Ati.
batik art. Yes.
How many years have you how many years she's looking there?
Actually, that place is her family's house. So she is the kind of the founder of that place.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So you got your primary interviewee lah.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
And then can I continue, sir?
Yeah, you're making clear.
Okay. For the project resource, for the equipment, we can as you can see, there is a two part or two section. First one is shooting equipment. It will be camera, tripod, and microphone. And for the video editing, we will be using Filmora or Adobe Premiere. And another one is a CapCut. Okay, and then we go for the venue. The venue will be at Warisan 1953. The address there is in the address 75 Jalan Kampung Limau Kecil at Batu Pahat, Johor. And then the people involved in this project will be of course, will be Joey here. And then we like to interview more people on that resident Warisan 1953 residents. And then the interviewer will be on our side, and it is Nur Ain Bashirah binti Kamarudin and Muhammad Hafiz bin Muhammad Zaki. And lastly, for the transportation, we'll be using Grab and own vehicles. Okay, that's all for me, and I will pass it to another presenter.
Alright. Hi. I will present to you about the project objective, which is what we will deliver to audience. So we provide the exposure related to the traditional art that still exists until now in Malaysia, which is the art of traditional batik clothes painting, which is like we know at the Warisan 1953 they make traditional batik cloth painting. So from our video documentary, people will know, oh, there's still the creator of the traditional batik. And then for the second objective is to ensure that all the traditional art of painting does not disappear from the memory of student or future generation, that they still have traditional art that originates from Malaysia itself. Because we worried that the future generation that don't know what traditional art in Malaysia. So our target is to make it keep existing in the generation for the future. So that's all for project objective.
Okay, next we're going to present about the project activities. So we have 5 activities to complete this for this project. The first one is the research and planning. For the research, we try to look at numerous topics and we land on the Warisan 1952 because that what our team interested about. After we had a topic, we try to find some idea about the topic so we can make the documentary about it. And the second activities is pre-production. In pre-production, we try to find an outline or key point for the structure and style in our documentary. And in pre-production also, we're going to decide for the cinematography and footage for the documentary. After pre-production is settled, then we're going to move on to filming. In filming section, we're going to interview the owner of the Warisan 1953 to learn more about the business and the building. And also, we're going to take a tour in the museum and maybe doing some art in there. After that is post-production and editing. This is where we piece together this documentary to make a full-length video and add some effect and music to make it intriguing for the audience. And number 5, lastly, is to upload the project documentary. This is where we upload the final video to YouTube and send it to the lecturer. Okay, next.
Hello. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, so for the next part is roles of each member. So these are the roles of each group member that we have divided for each of the team members. So the first one is director. They are responsible to supervise actual production, including rehearsal, filming, and recording. And the second one is assistant director to help supervise the production and assist the director. Other than that, we have a secretary which will write all the content, script, presentation regarding the main title. And next, treasurer, which keeps track the budget and cost. So, such as transportation, food, and anything that required budget. And next is multimedia that consists of videographer and camera person to filming or recording and take the photo during the trip, edit film and recording. Next is props, which is supplies the appropriate props to run the documentary such as camera, tripod, microphone and mobile phone. And next is interviewer, interviewing the locals to get to know the culture by having Q&A sessions. The next technical, which is responsible to make sure the site viewing is run safely without any hazard during filming, and scope out coordinate location for filming and recording. And the last one is carry out the tentative, develop production schedules, ensure the trip going as well as the schedules that are prepared. So next, I will pass to Shazana and Zikri for the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello, thank you, Haris. So the next is evaluation and assessment, which is evaluates the predicted or actual impacts of projects or results. It can be formative, which can take place during the development of the project or proposal with intention to improve the value or effectiveness of the proposal. So as you can see here, this is the Gantt chart where Shazana has made about the project proposal video documentary, which we have attached every single activities for each week. We will update from time to time. Okay, for the next one is the conclusion. Who is the next presenter?
Are you done?
Yes. Next
Is this
conclusion.
topic has been finalized among the groups? Are you guys unanimously agreed to do this topic?
For this topic, the main title.
I mean, is this just like for the selection of the other choices, or is this finalized of your group? For this topic, do you really want to do a documentary about the Warisan 1953?
Yes, sir.
So is it finalized? Final.
Yes, we have decided
Yes,
to make.
Okay,
the-
so we have decided to go further down on this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you please go down on the top of the page?
Which part, sir?
Jala Kampung Kecil. I'm actually googling as well for the location of the residence. So it is just a small residence, right? It's not like you actually having or investigating for like the company. It's just like a residence. Am I right? How big is that place actually?
we're not sure yet how big is the place, but we've seen in Google Map. I think.
Have you actually visited the site? Not yet.
not yet,
No,
sir.
not yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot because you're actually at home. Okay, so sorry. Sorry. Ridiculous question. So sorry. Okay, it's okay. So this place is actually specifically made and produced batik or any other art. Hello,
Yes, mainly is batik lah.
mainly is batik.
Yes.
So does this place actually produce any other art as well? You don't know. Not so sure about that.
I think yes. It does any other art also.
Okay. But please narrow down and make sure that it is only producing batik. If there is any other sorry. So your focus is actually on the producing of the batik.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that's a good one. Okay. I'm not so sure about the distance of that place you to and once you come back. Have you actually over calculated that thing as well within the radius of your budget?
Pardon, sir?
What is it? I mean, my question is, have you actually take account into the distance of the place?
Yes, sir. We take the distance and then we estimate the grab for go and get back to college.
How long will it take to get there?
For one trip, it takes around 25 to 30
No.
for just one trip.
Okay, can you please go down further? The target audience just now. Okay, so who's your target audience? Or you haven't decided about it yet?
I think tertiary students,
So you can see youth.
and then if we post at the YouTube so the community will see our video.
How does this actually will attract their interest to know deeper about this one?
Our team member will promote
Plan
the link.
about it further.
Promote the link.
Huh?
We promote the link.
Oh, okay. But so the target audience is actually your the UTHM students. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Only that specific group.
Mm,
But we can also post in social media.
Yeah. So it means that it is just not for the UTHM students. It could be some other people of different ages actually. Okay, can you please specify that later? Okay.
all right, sir. Thank you, sir.
And then I've actually okay. Go down further. You've mentioned that you're going to interview the Joey Kerr. So she is the founder of that residence of the Batik. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many locals are you going to interview? When I mention about locals, are they actually really connected to the residents, or they're actually workers in that residence?
They can be batik instructors.
Party instructor,
The
meaning that?
one who taught batik at the
Oh, yeah. Okay. It would be more interesting, while you're actually filming your video, you could actually learn on how to make the batik, the processes that actually involved during the batik production, Have you actually taken that into account?
maybe yes sir or maybe not because it is depend on the budget. We scared that maybe they will charge us, but we need to negotiate with uh, the the people there with the
Okay.
warisan.
So I assume that you guys will actually dig this one further down, okay? If they will charge, if you think that they will charge you quite expensive, I think that would be okay. But try to negotiate with them, because I think that would be more interesting if you actually learn how to make the bat itself while filming the video, because people would actually love to know on the process that actually takes to make the batik, right?
Yes
So,
sir.
okay,
Yes, sir.
try to get into that. Okay, and also if there is any important citation, when you're talking about the background of the study of your proposals, there must be some citations from other prior research that you can actually do it as a backup. Okay, I think this one actually mainly on the top of the proposals for the first two pages of the proposals. Try to find some prior research that could actually back up with your research objectives or your research focus. Okay, is it okay?
So can we make the resources from the instructor?
The resource, okay, that is one of them. I mean, while you're actually elaborating the background of your site, of your focus, of your residents, when you elaborate something, some of the facts, you might able to support it with some of the prior research. Try
So
to
it
find
can
any
be some website, right?
from the website, but make sure it is valid website, okay? Not some Wikipedia. It's not valid. Those kind, not some from blogs, those kind of websites, platforms. It has to be like a valid research. Like for the first 5 years of research, it could still be validated, but more than that, it couldn't actually use to support your research or your proposal. Do you have any question about that? Just one or two, one or two proclamations that you can use to support by using some modified research about that. I think you can use insert that within the background of the study. Do you have that clear, or do you have some questions to ask me?
Yes, please. But I have some question, which is for the project deliverables part. So what
Okay.
you have to uh, tell in that part?
Can you please show me which one, which part is it? Project deliverable. Which part is it? Show me.
For 8.0.
Okay, project. Have you looked into the proposal that I've given you, the sample?
We just have the project deliverables and some what is requirement, but the requirements there is quite not clear.
Is that or the elaboration isn't clear to you?
Yeah, for project deliverables, so we don't know what to tell in this part.
Okay, okay, it's okay. I will try to look into that further, okay? And then I will try to give it to you later. Is it okay?
Okay, sir, thank you.
So any other question? I think you can actually proceed with the project. It's just that I'm not so sure about your target audience, about what would be interesting. But I could see I actually have a specific scope on how to do this, just to make it more interesting and approachable for the public audience. But I'm not so sure whether you're actually having the similar scope that I'm having right now within my mind. But try to make it more clear, okay? Because this is actually just a draft. I think you can actually generate more ideas on this. Okay.
Okay, sir, thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other question about this? Group one? Then.
No, sir.
Yes, Harith, what is it?
No question.
No
So
question,
far,
okay.
yeah.
No question so far, okay. Later you can always ask me, okay. Inshallah, if I'm available, I will try to instantly reply the messages. If not, means I'm actually working on something. Okay? Okay. Thank
Okay,
you
sir,
so
thank you.
much for group number one. So group one, what's actually your team's name? Have you decided on yet?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, sir.
Hey,
No,
hello, it's all on week 4, you guys.
Naima.
Huh?
We wait for Naima announcement
yes.
Why do you have to get her?
because
Okay.
she is the leader.
Hey,
Hey,
no.
guys. Gaduhlah sama-sama sendiri.
She is more function.
Whatever. I don't care. Think of one of the proper names for your team, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Can, sir.
Okay. Then thank you so much. You may proceed with the idea, but try to be more specific on how to make it more interesting, okay? That's all my comment.
Okay, sir.
And one more thing about the reference, about the citation that that I was talking about. 1 or 2 citations would be ample for you. Eh? Do you get it? Don't get it. Abu Hanifah, do you have any question to ask me? Yes, Evan, what is it?
Where is it, sir? Not clear.
No, I was talking about the citation just to support your proposal.
Ah,
1 or 2 citations from the prior research would be fine, actually.
okay, sir.
Okay. Done, eh?
Yeah,
sir.
dah.
Okay, done. Next group number 2. Think about your group's name as well, please.
Okay, sir.
Group 1, working on secret verse 958. Group 2. Who's group 2? You guys ready or you're not ready? Or you are still having some difficulties on how to present this? It's okay, guys. You don't have to be the presentation or the proposal for the first time doesn't have to be perfect. It is just on the stage of draft. It's okay to make mistakes. Who's group 2? Or do I have to check on that? Xuan Li. Traditional cuisines. Okay.
Um,
Wait.
good.
Okay. Wait. For okay, for the previous group, Evan Osbert. Evan.
Yes.
Okay. You actually planning to do on historical places, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Proceed.
Oh, okay. Good evening, doctor and everyone. Today I and my group member are going to present our proposal. Okay, here's our group member, and our project title is Traditional Cuisines in Malaysia. For our project, the executive summary is Malaysia has a diverse and vibrant culinary scene which reflects the country's multiculturalism. Traditional Malaysian cuisine is heavily influenced by the indigenous Malay, Chinese, and Indian culture. This documentary video aims to preserve and promote cultural heritage, which would ensure that future generations are able to experience and appreciate the country's culinary traditions. This documentary will also include in-depth research regarding the origin of traditional foods that exist in Malaysia. For instance, one of the most popular traditional dishes in Malaysia is nasi lemak. This documentary will include the history on how nasi lemak was created, and it will also state the secret behind the nasi lemak's taste. Other than that, we will visit those places that offers tasty traditional dishes in this documentary. For instance, we will visit the restaurant Village Park, which is known for their famous nasi lemak. Trying food at different places would help us to enhance and expand a person's culinary horizon and expose them to new ingredients, flavors, and cooking techniques which are unique. Overall, documenting traditional cuisine in Malaysia can help preserve and promote the country's culinary heritage, support local economies, and promote healthy eating habits, while also providing educational and cultural benefits. So, for the project background, traditional foods in Malaysia are an essential part of the country's cultural heritage, but they are almost being forgotten by Malaysians due to some factors such as busy modern lifestyles, changing tastes, and limited access. Fast food and processed foods are often more convenient and readily available, leading to a decline in interest in traditional dishes that can be time-consuming and require specialized skills. People are often chasing towards viral foods instead of traditional foods due to a variety of reasons. A major factor is the influence of social media and the internet, which has made it easier for viral food to gain popularity quickly and reach a wider audience. Many people are drawn to the visual appeal and novelty of viral foods, which are often heavily marketed and promoted on social media platforms. However, there has been a growing movement to preserve and promote traditional foods in Malaysia. Efforts are being made to raise awareness about the culture and health benefits of traditional foods, support local farmers and producers, and enhance culinary skills. By preserving and promoting traditional foods, we can help ensure that they continue to be an important part of Malaysia's cultural heritage and culinary identity. Then for the project description, project introduction is the title of our project is the traditional cuisines in Malaysia. In the documentary, we would include content about the famous traditional foods that exist in Malaysia. Other than that, we would add the history behind traditional foods in Malaysia. Scope, cultural significance. Traditional Malaysia foods are not just about taste and flavor but also carry cultural significance, such as their role in festivals, celebration, and daily life. Culinary techniques and traditions. The traditional culinary techniques, tools, and traditions associated with Malaysian cuisines. Project planning, proposal preparing is week 3 to week 5. Proposal submission is week 6. Project execution, video filming, week 8, which is 18 May Friday, video editing week 9 to 14, resources required, transportation, filming tool, which is camera and microphone. So the methodology, this proposal paper is prepared based on the format and rubric given by the course lecturer. Videos and picture of the foods will be included in the video. That's all from me. I will let my group members to continue the presentation.
Okay, so now I will continue with our project objectives. The first objective is to gain more understanding on why traditional foods are important in Malaysia. Another one is to explore more traditional foods and encourage the new generation to practice consuming more traditional foods and compared to processed foods which are unhealthy. To widen our knowledge regarding the history behind the traditional foods. Our target audience are food enthusiasts and foodies. People who are interested in food and culinary culture would be a natural audience for a documentary about traditional foods. This group are interested in learning about the history and cultural significance of traditional foods, as well as the techniques and ingredients used in their preparation. Other than that, students from the age 12 to 17 are also one of our target audiences. It will help the younger generation to receive great exposure and understand the importance on preserving the traditional foods. Our project activities are trying out the selected dishes from different cuisines. Since our video documentary is about different cuisines, we will try out the 3 selected dishes that we have discussed among our team members. We have chosen nasi lemak, wonton noodles, and naan we've tried to represent Malay, Chinese, and Indian traditional cuisines. Our group will be divided into 3 smaller groups, where each group is assigned one cuisine and they will choose a restaurant to try those dishes mentioned above. After trying those dishes and collecting enough pictures and video footages, each group will give a review about the dishes that they have tried. Interviews, community engagement. Each group will then execute a few minimum one of interview of either the customers or the workers at the restaurant and ask them some questions regarding the dish. The questions will either be about their reviews or their opinions about the dish or any knowledge or information related to the dish. Our project will be delivered by video documentary. With this project, we can create an informative video documentary regarding the diverse and vibrant culinary scene that exists in Malaysia. We are also able to shed some light on the different cuisines in Malaysia, which are Malay, Chinese, and Indian cuisines. With this project, our video documentary viewers will not only gain useful information about the diverse culinary options in Malaysia, but they will also get the opportunity to experience it together with us. Despite the video documentary being around 10 to 15 minutes long, we will ensure to explain and show each cuisine equally and provide all the necessary details in a clear and concise manner. Okay, so next I will pass to the next presenter to continue our presentation.
So the next one is the project budget. We divide into 2 parts. The first one is for the food. We estimating maximum 30 ringgit to buy the dish. And the next one is for the transportation, either by the bus or by car, and the fee is maximum 20 ringgit. So maximum budget for each group is 50 ringgit. The roles of each group members, since our group will be divided into 3 smaller groups, so each group will be assigned to one cuisine. The first group will be Malay cuisine, which is the nasi lemak, and the second group is the Chinese cuisine, which is the wonton noodles, and the last group is the Indian cuisine, which is the naan and chai. So each group contains 4 to 5 members: introduction, videographer, reviewer, and interviewer. For the evaluation, to evaluate the success of the project, we will obtain the number of views, likes, shares, and comments received for our video documentary. Since we are going to post it on YouTube, if the video can gain at least 100 views, then it will be able to assume that our project is success. For the assessment, to assess the success of the project, we will also link a Google form where we hope the viewers are able to answer a few questions and opinions regarding the video documentary and the impact it has left on them. In conclusion, this video aims to gain more understanding on why traditional foods are important and to encourage the current generation to practice consuming more traditional foods. This video has the potential to leave a significant impact to the viewers regarding the diversity of Malaysian cuisines and increase the popularity of each dish mentioned in the video. So the challenges or risks that we may face are the dish is not available in the restaurant of our choice, transportation problems, or the duration of video is too long. For the first two problems, we are able to overcome easily with proper planning before executing the restaurant visits. As for the duration of video, we need to ensure that each group follows the allocated time to ensure the duration does not go beyond 15 minutes. That's all from us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I've got a few questions in my mind right now. Can you go back on the top of the page? Okay, so who's the team leader in this group? Is it Liban? Is it Shwen, Lee, Angelina? Which one is it?
We have not decided yet.
You guys are so funny. Okay, okay, you are actually doing something about traditional cuisines in Malaysia. Am I right? So,
Yeah.
do you guys have any specific places that you can actually pay a visit to get all this kind of traditional cuisines? Have you decided about it yet, or you haven't?
Haven't.
You haven't. Okay, because right now, what I can see right now is actually it's too general. You have to need a specific site for you to get those kind of samples of food. And based on what we have presented just now, I do understand that the reviews of the food is actually based on your team members. It comes from your team members. Am I right? Or do you actually have any other people outside that you would love to carry out with your interviews? Hello.
So I think for the reviews, yes, it will be the team members because we are the ones that are going to the restaurant and trying out the food. But after trying the food, we will also try to interview some of the customers that are already there, so they also can give their own review.
Because you actually your target audience is actually on who I do remember that it is the first target group is 12 to 7 years old and food enthusiasts and foodies. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Since you guys actually are Malaysians, and you're going to post this one on YouTube as a public viewers. So, do you think it is possible for you to find like some foreigners to get the food reviews about that, or some famous YouTubers? Is it? I'm just asking some questions on this, just random questions, just to make it more open to you, so that you're not going to have a very limited idea on what you are going to do about this. You see this? Because you are going to do something about. It is not. I think it's not a strange thing to do because this one actually has been done by so many other groups in previous semesters. But what I'm trying to highlight about this project of yours is actually the uniqueness that you can actually put it forward. Do you understand what I'm trying to do?
Yes. But I'm not really, I don't understand what you mean by bring in another person, like a foreign person to come and review the food, like
I mean,
follow us to the restaurant.
because you guys are Malaysians, right? You just
Yeah.
the thing that actually differentiate between you guys are Malaysian, Malay, Chinese, and Indians, right? So how about trying to get a second opinion on some foreigners? Is it possible?
Maybe so.
Is it too much for you?
If we have foreign friends, then yeah, I think
Yeah.
we can.
Uh, for me, actually, this is just an opinion. If you think you can carry forward with it, just proceed with it. But if you think this is quite challenging for you, and I think you may discard it, okay? But I think just to make it more interesting, because we are Malaysian and your target audiences are 12 to 17 years old, which is quite young on that age. Sometimes people at the very young age, they have the tendency to have the more curiosity on what other people, outsiders, think about our food. You know,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, yeah. It actually takes into account what other people or what are some foreigners think about our food instead of we as Malaysian, because we Malaysian, we are actually foodies. Who doesn't? I do not know anyone of my Malaysian friends who doesn't really proud of Malaysian food. I think even the outsiders, they actually told to each other, they're saying that Malaysian food are great, actually among the best in the world. Okay, it is just that how you would love to pinpoint that idea, just to make more, is it more interesting for the audience to be know deeper about this one? Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, because what we have presented just now, it is to me it is general, and I do understand that you guys are going to split you are going to split yourselves in among different teams. Like, is it for 3 teams?
In 3 teams.
3 different teams, right? And each team will be assigned to taste out some of the specific food being assigned to them. And then they have to provide some feedbacks on their personal reviews. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So if I'm one of the viewers of the YouTube, what is the uniqueness of that? Because you guys are Malaysians, so try to find out something that could actually trigger some of the viewers' curiosity to get deeper, to get to know deeper about that. Unless if you are doing something, you are doing, you are actually doing some research on some unique food of Malaysian, some a bit unknown to other people, but you actually make it forward inside your video. That would be much better. But if you're going just to do a review about like kway teow, nasi lemak, or lontong, it is actually doable. But do you think it is enough to get the attraction of the other viewers as well? That is a question. That is the main priority, the main question that you have to think within your group right now. Eh? Do you have any questions, Ishika, or any other members? Hello. Or do you guys disagree with me? It's okay to actually disagree with what I'm saying. You just have to stand on your point. That's all. Yes, Sharizal, what is it? Angelina, Kashika, Liban, Shwenli?
Doctor, may I ask?
Yeah, what is it?
If we interview the foreigners, because some of them may from like China, they don't really speak English that well. Can we like interview them with Chinese? Then
Of course,
either
yes.
we, yeah, correct, can we?
Yeah, you may do
Then
that. You may do that as well. Don't worry.
we put subtitles like how we see
Yeah.
the news?
Yes. You are allowed
Okay.
to do so. Don't worry.
Okay, sure.
As I mentioned, if the interview that you have that you actually have got and identified actually could speak English quite well, you can actually use their mother tongue language to communicate with one another. Just provide a subtitle properly. That's all. Okay. So, second tip, do you get what I'm trying to say, or do you have a bit of confusion? You can ask me. I'm not asking you to remodify everything that we have actually working on, which is actually which is actually I think it's a good idea. It is just that you have to keep on focusing on how you can attract the public viewers to be more attractive to get to know about the food, the traditional cuisine that you actually highlighting in that video better. That's all. Angelina, Mani, Kashika, Liban.
Can, sir, can.
All right, all right.
Don't worry. It is just my personal opinion. If you disagree with it, you can just proceed with what we have done or what we are actually.
No, sir, no, sir. We agree with you, sir.
Because you know what, when we are doing a documentary video, we have to consider the audience. It is just not about ourselves. Okay, it is about it is about the public viewers as well, how they actually will get to know better about Malaysian food. How does it taste? How does it influence some other cultures in Malaysia and even outside of Malaysia? So those kind of questions you have to keep on thinking and playing within your groups. How? Okay. Have you actually ever watched a video of Ai Chang? Have you come across with her videos?
No, sir.
No.
No. Okay, they're actually a Japanese couple and they actually love to do some reviews on Malaysian food. Actually, there are so many foreigners couples. They're actually starting to get back to get to know better about the Malaysian food. Those are some of the examples, but it's up to you. You can actually find some of the foreigners among of your friends if you have some of them. It's okay, it's fine. But to get a second opinion of different people outside of Malaysia would be more interesting to me. That is just my personal opinion. If you actually disagree with it, that's fine. Okay. 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 Thank you so much. Hey, by the way, have you figured out what's your team's name?
No, not yet.
Why? The same thing as the first group. So I'm assuming you are going to proceed with the traditional cuisines in Malaysia. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can proceed with it. Just think on how you able to make it more interesting and unique compared to what some of the previous semester students did. Actually, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's 10:09, guys. The third group. Now you may come forward to present your project proposals. Who's this the group? Okay. I'm going to reattach the attendance of tonight. So those who just joined in our Google Meet tonight, you may please fill out the form so that you won't be left behind. Wait, let me.
Hello.
Hello. Who's talking?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everyone. My name is Nick. So this is our group proposal for the video documentary. So we go through.
Wait. You're too fast. The title, The Uniqueness of Abu Bakar Hanifah's Mi Bandung Restaurant. Never heard of that. Thank you. Proceed with it.
So this is a little bit background for our group.
Nick,
Yep.
Can you make it? Can you enlarge the screen a bit?
Okay. Right. This is
A bit more. Okay.
oh. So this is a little background for our group project. So in this documentary video, we are going to seek in searching for a Malaysian cuisine. So we choose mi Bandung because in Muar especially mi Bandung is very popular in community. So Abu Bakar Hanifah Restaurant is located at Jalan Abdullah in downtown Muar. If everyone to know, this is near at Bandar Maharani. So the restaurants operate outside of Kedai Kopi Wansa. So this is one of the uniqueness of Abu Bakar Hanifah because these restaurants are operated by two region. So first, Abu Bakar Hanifah work as the cook and serve the dishes, while Wansa is one will serve the beverages in the restaurant. So this restaurant has been visited by numerous famous people, including the Sultan of Johor, the former Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin, and many more. So the origin of the restaurant is from his father at the 1930, where he start the business, and Abu Bakar Hanifah worked with his father at the age of 7 by washing dishes and by as the waiter. So
Nick, can I ask you a bit?
Okay.
Where did you get this information that the restaurant has been visited by these famous people?
Oh, basically, if at in the restaurant, they put the pictures of these people.
So the pictures that actually hanging on the restaurant means that those people actually had visited their restaurants.
Yes. So the Sultan of Johor have the pictures with Abu Bakar Hanifah, and they put the pictures on the wall. So
Okay,
there are
because
so many films. Yes.
because I thought that you got this somewhere from some of the research or journals. If you actually taken this one from the journals or research, you have to make a citation for this. But if if you got this based on the restaurant itself, I think that's better. Okay. Okay, proceed. Thank you.
So if I put the okay. So grew to 3 branches, where 2 of them are operated by Sun at Madras level, Tanjung Emas and Pago. So we are focusing on the main branch at that Abu Hanifah operate right now at Muar Johor. So the main dishes that we are going to explore is mi Bandung Muar, that is originally from his father.
Okay. Yes, Nick, you may proceed.
Ada bunuh.
Are you okay?
Okay, I'm okay. So we proceed to Zamir for the next present.
Okay. Okay, for the project description. Okay, in the project, we will visit Abu Hanifah's legacy. It is a famous restaurant that is located at Muar. Here will interview the locals about the origin and the unique taste for the very famous dish called Mi Bandung. The video documentary will feature interviews with the owner and chef of Abu Hanifa restaurant, customer and community members who are knowledgeable about the history of Abu Hanifa restaurants. The documentary will be showcase the unique the taste of Abu Hanifa restaurant in Bandung and activities or how we work done in the restaurant, as well as their cultural significance and history. The project will involve a diverse group of participants, including the owner and chef, community members, and videographers. There will be extra in the video, like video of the restaurant scenery, interaction between customer and worker, and food delivered to the customers.
When you're saying about you're going to interview the locals, who are they?
As we discuss, the locals may be
The workers?
the workers or maybe the customer on near the place.
Do you think
I
that
think
will?
in
Yes.
the target place.
Do you think that will the owner of the restaurant is Abu Hanifa, right? Muzamil?
Can you wait a bit?
Huh?
If it's not interviews with the owner of the Abu Hanifa, will maybe we'll take a substitution into someone's take in charge from the who manage the restaurant.
Like the managers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, continue.
Okay, next.
Okay. For the project objective, we was found two objective. First, we want to identify the origin of mie Bandung. Second, to create awareness about how important it is for us to know the history of the food. Okay.
Because of Muar is known as a famous tourist place, so they are trying to attract many people for tourists to come eat at the restaurant. So because of the restaurant located at almost near hotels and residents around there, so maybe many local families that come there to eat, also tourists, uh, also tourists to come there also.
Hello.
Hello.
For project budget, we don't for now we don't have project budget yet because we don't do the survey yet. But
Okay.
for the role of each group member, it is for this proposal. So for background, Nick Muhammad Fahan do the background, and project description is Muhammad Muzamil, Muhammad Ikmal, and Aziz Tazwi. And for project objective, Muhammad Alif Najmi. Target audience is Muhammad Ayashi. And project budget and rules for each member is made by me, Alif Maimin. Project activities for Alif Aikal and Muhammad Fidaus. Project deliverables is from Muhammad Alif Aiken. And evaluation and assessment is by Abang Muhammad Daniel.
and conclusion by our leader, Wan Harid Bashir. Thank you.
Okay, just proceed. It's okay. Go down further. What else do you have? Okay. Next. Okay, explain this one.
Okay, so for the evaluation and assessment, evaluation is to determine the worth or value of a project based on expected outcomes and goals. So we should to involve assessing the potential benefits and drawbacks of a project and evaluating the feasibility of the proposed solution. So for our project, we need to identify all the risks that can be a drawback to all of us, which is based on cost-benefit analysis in order to determine whether the benefits outweigh the cost. As we will go to the specific venue, which is Restaurant Abu Bakar Nipah at Muar, we need to take transport costs into account. So in order to avoid the risk of losing our costs, we need to make sure that the restaurant is open at the day we will do the interview, and also the owner is willing to cooperate with us, which is we first need to call them to propose this project interview.
Have you probed into their operating hours?
What?
Have you actually looked further into their operating hours? What time they actually have working hours? When do they have recess? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, it's okay. Any other else you want to share?
For assessment.
Yeah.
Okay, assessment is the process to measure the progress and success of the project during and after the implementation. As for us, we will do the assessment in the milestone schedule, where each of the team member will assess the progress and make any necessary adjustment to keep the project on track. For example, we need to make a thorough plan on how to carry on this project, when to do the interview of the restaurant involved, and finally complete this final project proposal. That's all for me. Thank you.
Anything else would you like to share? Okay. Can you go back to the top pages? Okay, for this specific group, may I ask you, what is actually your focus on doing this project about the Abu Bakar Hanifah Sembandung restaurant? What would you like to know better about this restaurant? Is it the origin of the food? Why is it becoming so famous among the consumers? What is actually your main idea about this?
Our main idea is about the person himself, Abu Bakar Hanifah, that operate the restaurant mainly for Mi Bandung. So we want to have an interview session with him, asking about the origin of his restaurant and the uniqueness of his Mi Bandung paste, and why the other prominent people, which is the Sultan of Johor, would come to his restaurant and eat Mi Bandung there.
Okay, okay, I think that's pretty clear, because I think initially I thought that you're not going to focus on Actually, what I can actually highlight here is things that make you said just now that this restaurant is actually pretty famous among the consumers. Am I right?
Yes.
Based on what proclamation? Where did you get that? Is it from a research? Is it from someone else's opinions?
Uh, uh, we did research, and some of us, like me, I already eat at the Abu Bakar Hanifah one time. So
Actually, when a certain place is actually being visited by like well-known person, like a prime ministers, they actually there is something uniqueness. There is something unique about that place actually, right? So I think it is actually a strong point when you are saying that this is actually a quite popular place because it has been visited by I think by a few famous people. For example, what did you say? What did you mention just now? The our prior Prime Minister Najib.
Muhyiddin Yassin.
Muhyiddin Yassin. Okay. So I
Yes.
think that is actually quite a strong point. Is it possible for you to dig further into the ingredients of the mie bandung?
It's actually possible if we have a deep conversation with him, maybe.
Because if I'm one of the your YouTubers viewers, I would love to know what actually makes their mie bandung more special compared to some other mie bandung restaurants out there. Okay. The origin is actually very important as well. It's quite prominent. But at the same time, you have actually digging further about the ingredients, the use of the ingredients within the production of the mie bandung itself. It would be actually becoming a strong point for your video to be highlighted as well. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Any other question you would love to ask me? Okay, I think you may proceed with this. I think it's a great idea for you, from my team, because Abu Bakar Hanifah, it is located in Muar. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, in Moa.
I think I've heard about this one, but never actually been there. And I'm not so sure why Mie Bandung Muar is actually more popular than Batu Pahat Muar. Mie Bandung. I don't know. I Do you know why?
I think we could make the comparison between those food, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why people keep on bragging about more Mie Bandung over Batu Pahat Mie Bandung. I think they're quite similar.
Maybe there's has something special ingredient, like secret ingredients.
And what are those secret ingredients that we don't have in Batu Pahat?
I don't know, so maybe in interview we will ask.
Yes. Can you please? Because I'm curious about that.
We can, but we can't promise.
Try your best. I'm curious about that. Why it is actually more popular over Batu Pahat and Bandung? It's been a while since I do not know that. I'm just curious. I'm just curious about that. That's all. If you would able to get much further about that information, you can get that. Okay, that's better.
All right, sir.
Any other question about this? You guys, any other the rest of the team members? Do you have a question about this? I think so far your team has a specific focus. It is just that you have to narrow down on the few elements on how to execute this project thoroughly and well throughout the execution project, throughout the execution process. That's all. Okay, try to specify for each element within the proposals. And I'm hoping that you guys, and for the rest of the previous team as well, I'm hoping that you guys can do this one better. Okay. Okay, next group. Let's proceed with group number 4. So far, we've got group three doing about traditional food as well. So group one is pursuing something about secret warisan about historical places, and group two something about food, and also the same with group three about food as well. It is just okay. Can we proceed with the next group, group four?
Hello, sir.
Yes. Who's
Um,
talking?
Muhammad Alfi Isma.
Yeah, Lisma. Yeah, let's Alif. What is it?
Um,
Not ready.
ready, we are ready.
I thought you were saying you're not ready. You're sorting all the setup.
Wait, sir.
Okay. Okay, for the previous groups that had presented, you please send me a copy of that on my via WhatsApp. Okay, doesn't matter if it's not complete as long as I get to know the process and the improvement of your proposals preparation for this. Okay.
Um, okay. My name is Mama Alfisma bin Mama Ismail, and this is Group 4. Our group name is um Laksa Lover. So
Ah,
our Laksa
last
Hunter.
hunter.
Laksa Hunter. Sorry. So our title is about Laksa Johor, the taste of southern Malaysia. Irfan, you can change your slide. So, executive summary, a brief documentary that aims to explain the background of one of the state of Johor's most renowned dishes, the Laksa Johor. This documentary's goal is to provide information about Laksa itself so that any questions about it can be satisfactorily. So I will give to
Okay, and for the background about Laksa Johor, which is the history of Laksa Johor is quite unclear because some believe it has been influenced by our neighboring state, which is Singapore, and also Indonesians. But as we know, Laksa Johor they use spaghetti instead of laksa that we used to eat like before. And the first story about Laksa Johor is the first one is about Sultan Sir Abu Bakar is the Sultan for Johor at that moment was visiting Europe. When he made a pit stop in Italy, he fell in love with spaghetti. So when he come back to the Johor, he told the the chef, how about we use spaghetti instead of the laksa that he used to eat. And the second one is it is believed that has been influenced by our neighboring state, which is Singapore and Indonesia. And for laksa, Johor is categorized by its thick and creamy gravy made from fish or prawn broths, coconut meat, and spices, which is then poured over a bed of spaghetti like noodle made from rice flour. And I think that's all for the background about laksa Johor. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Who's
Hello.
who's really talking?
Nazmi.
Nazmi. The person Nazmi.
Okay, Laksa Johor is a traditional nation dish that originates from the state of Johor. It is a spicy noodle dish that is known for its unique flavor and texture. So the dish is made using a combination of rice and sago flour noodles, which are served in a thick and spicy broth. It is also made with fish and a blend of aromatic herbs and spices. So this project is we want to introduce Laksa Johor to a wider audience and promote its recognition as a unique and important part of Malaysia's culinary heritage. So by sharing the flavors and the traditions of Laksa Johor, uh, we aims to preserve and celebrate this delicious dish for generations to come. So and the next one is we want to promote the project and raise awareness about Laksa Johor by visiting to Al Ansar Cafe, restaurant Musa, which is located at Johor Bahru. This shop is famous with Laksa Johor dish. So actually, we wanna know how they serve this dish and ask why they use spaghetti instead of like laksa that we used to eat.
Is there any specific reason for that?
Uh, we we
I
don't
mean,
actually we don't we don't actually know, but there's must be a reason why, and that is why we came to this place and we want to ask either the
Okay.
owner know it or not.
If you manage to get into that, that would be more interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
okay, sure. We will make sure we will take the point from him.
Al Ansar Cafe.
Yeah, Al Ansar Cafe. Which I saw the review at Google, which is it is very famous with the laksa Johor. They say the kuah is very thick and broth, just like how it described.
Laksa Johor.
Yeah.
Okay, proceed.
So Ivan can go to the next slide. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. For the history of the origin of Laksa Johor. Who's presenting this one? Hello, group 4.
Zai, are you there, Zai?
Hello? Can you hear me, sir?
Who's talking?
Zahirin.
Zahirin. Okay, continue.
So my name is Zahirin, and today I'm going to present about our group, our project objectives for this assignment. So the first point is to explore the history and origin of Laksa Johor, including its cultural significance and traditional preparation methods. This objective can be achieved through various research methods such as literature review, interviews, and field observations. For
Do
the
you have you defined a specific person for the interview?
sorry,
Not yet. Actually, have you defined a specific person to get the interview? Not yet.
not yet. But as Nazmi said earlier, we want to interview the owner of the cafe.
The owner of the cafe.
Yes.
And
if
how does the
possible.
and how actually the owner of the cafe knows about the history of the laksa?
I'm not sure yet. We'll find it soon.
Yeah, figure it out.
Okay.
How does he able to get to know about the origin of the laksa? Okay.
Okay.
And how many comparison would you like to make for the laksa?
Yeah, this is for the second point.
Second point. What is it?
Yeah, it's relatable to the second point, which is to compare laksa Johor to other regional noodle dishes, such as laksa Penang or laksa Sarawak, and identify similarities and differences in flavor preparations and cultural significance. So we will interview local restaurant and consumers to gain insights into the cultural significance. So this can help our group understand the social and cultural context in which these dishes are consumed and how they are viewed within the local community.
So when we're talking about interviewing some of the local restaurants, is it more than one
Yes.
restaurant?
No, I mean we may interview someone who's at the local cafe or something like that.
You would love to know about their personal views about
Yes,
the
yeah,
laksa.
their personal opinion.
So does the restaurant actually serves different laksa?
We'll find it soon, sir. We are not sure yet.
Okay, okay. Try to make sure of that. Okay.
Okay, we'll take note, sir.
Yeah, and also the reason we choose that shop. Sorry, sir. But the other reason we chose Al Ansar Cafe as our location to try their laksa is because their shop has served laksa Johor for more than 10 years. So
Oh.
I think we think that it is long enough for us to try the laksa Johor because it is already like
Just because of that. Just because of that specific reason.
and also the good review from that shop.
Okay. We'll see. For the time being, it's okay. I can accept that. Okay. The thing is that I would love to know is, does a restaurant actually serves different types of laksa? I think. What do you think? Do they actually serve different types of laksa? The restaurant itself? You're not so sure about this.
Not sure, sir.
No, sir. We only
Ah.
serve laksa Johor.
And then you're saying that one of the objectives is to compare laksa Johor to other regional noodle dishes.
Yes, sir. But basically, when the experts of the laksa is making the laksa Johor, basically they should know the differences between the laksa Johor and other different laksa.
How do you know that?
Logically.
I myself I don't know different types of laksa.
Because you don't take the major of culinary, I think. So logically, we believe that when we question the chefs or the experts in the kitchen, of course, they should know that the differences of the laksa Johor, laksa Sarawak, and the other laksa.
Okay, that's a good point, actually. When you are interviewing, when you're actually doing the interview with the chefs, you might able to get some of the rigid information about that. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Next. We're actually running out of time. Hurry up. Do you have anything further?
Yes, sir.
Or you may skip. Or you may skip some of the important doubts that you would love to ask me. Foreigners, locals, students, high school. Okay. Next.
Hello, my name is Afi Imran. So I will present the target audience. So the first one is the locals, which is the locals who enjoy the spicy or flavorful cuisine, some menu there. The second one is the tourist or foreigner, which is they can discover or try the new food in the restaurant. And the last one is the students, which is from the high school and the middle school. At the break time or after the end of the class, go to the lunch there.
Okay. Next.
Okay, sir. I'm Hafiq. Gonna explain about the project activities and the activities deliverables. So for project activities, we underline 5 things here, which is, as you can see here, first we make the research about the history and origin of Laksa Johor, where from it's originated, where it come from, where the idea come from to make Laksa Johor compared to the other Laksa. Secondly, we interview local experts, like I said before, the chefs and also the experts in the kitchen. Third, showcase the process of making Laksa Johor from how how they wash the dishes and how did they prepare the dishes until the dishes in the restaurant. And the fourth, highlight the cultural significance of Laksa Johor. As I've said, Laksa Johor is a traditional Johor food that we know that currently been forgotten by the community, such as me myself. And we've explored the various ways that Laksa Johor is enjoyed and celebrated in Johor. For example, when we have open house like Raya Idul Fitri, we will serve the laksa Johor to the so-called tetamu. Moving on to the next slide.
I love number 3. Put on your chef's attire and then do the cooking and do the filming.
We'll try to make it come true. Moving on. Next slide, please.
Next.
Pan. Oh, Pan.
Is it sleeping?
I don't know, sir. Maybe the internet is lag.
Alif, you are talking to Alif right now.
No, the presenter, Muhammad Irfan.
Irfan.
Yes.
Is he there or is he sleeping? I'm not sure.
I hope so. Yeah. So moving on to the project deliverables. As you can see here, there are 3 statements we put out on the slide. A succinct historical account of Laksa Johor, which means that we will briefly explain the historical account of Laksa Johor. As I've said on the previous slide, how we managed to make the laksa from spaghetti and not the basic laksa noodles like laksa Sarawak and laksa basic laksa, the other laksa. Secondly, educate the current and future generations of the states privileged on the history of its food. As I stated before, current generations, as you can see, they are too influenced about the Korean foods and all the so-called Korean dishes like K-fry, Four Fingers, and so on, ramen, samyang. So we want to educate the current and the future generations so that they won't forget the traditional foods of the states. For me myself, at first I don't know that the laksa Johor is made out of spaghetti. But when I make a research about the laksa Johor, I found out that it is made from spaghetti because of the previous sultan that loved spaghetti but want to mix it with a want to mix it with the traditional laksa kuah. So they mix the spaghetti and the laksa kuah, so that's become the laksa Johor. As I
So
made the
originally,
video.
these two actually there are two separate dishes, right?
Yep. Basically, the previous sultan loved spaghetti, but the sultan also loved to eat laksa. So they mix it and they come out with a laksa Johor, which is made of spaghetti and kuah laksa.
Just because he loves the gravy and he loves the noodles, so he actually mixed them together.
Yes, innovation. So, so the last point is allowing local merchants the chance to share their culinary business expertise while also aiding in the promotions of their business. As logically, when we are documenting a restaurant, of course, we give the chance to promote their businesses, such as we put it on the YouTube, on the TikTok, and so on. And from there, people will know that they are, the businesses will known by their community. And I think that's all from me for project deliverables and project activities. Moving on to the next slide.
Okay, next one, next slide. If there's no transportation.
For the next slide, my name is Haris Aiman and I will present about project budget. And for the first one is transportation. Which is petrol car or on car or rental car and touch and go. For the second one is accommodation, which is a hotel or food during a travel. And for the third one is equipment, which is like camera, safety kit, lightning, or microphone. This is my yearly ideas for the budget. That's all from me. To the next slide.
Okay. Can I conclude this presentation? Hello, guys. Group number 4, can I conclude this presentation of yours?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think you guys have a clear idea on what you are going to do. Just bear in your mind how to make it more interesting, how actually your execution of the project or the arrangement of the video able to attract the public viewers to get to know more about Laksa. Okay. For example, someone like me who doesn't actually a big fan of Laksa, doesn't matter how many times people actually introducing that Laksa to me, it just tastes the same to me, except for Laksa Johor, if I'm not mistaken. Laksa Johor is actually the only type of laksa that actually intrigued my taste buds. But for the rest of the laksa, isn't isn't actually something that I would love to further carry. But I think for your team, you have a clear understanding and you have a clear idea what you are going to do. Just proceed with it, and I'm actually hoping the best for you. Okay. If you have any other further questions, you may ask me personally. Okay. Usually, I think Hafik, is it Hafik?
Yes, sir.
You always texted me, right? Asking me different sorts of questions about this one, right? So are you the team leader?
No, the team leader is Alif Isma.
Doesn't matter. If you have any further questions or any doubts about this, you can always ask me. But for the time being, I think you have a clear understanding of what you're going to do as a team. Okay. Just try to delegate the task properly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Congratulations to you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, it's 10:52. Do you think that we can make it for another round, or you need to stop at this? How about the rest of you guys?
I'm good.
You're good. Your team number?
Number 6.
Oh, Sharizal's team, right?
No, sir. Our team is number 6. I think their team is number 5.
Yeah, it's
All
number
right.
5.
Oh,
I
my mistake. 5.
Sharizal is from
Listen,
number 6.
I know. What I'm trying to say is I'm fine if I have to stay at night, but for you guys, I'm not so sure about this. It's
So
almost 11.
if we want to proceed, as I'm from group 5, our proposal is actually quite brief, so I don't think it would take much time.
Okay. So you would love to listen to my response and feedback about this?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, you may proceed. I would be fine, totally fine. It's okay for me. It's just I'm worried about you too. That's all. Because you've got to catch
proceed.
for another class, right? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll
Ah.
proceed if the rest are okay, but if not, then I don't mind presenting the next week or
How about you,
whenever.
Rafiq? Would you like to present?
What for group 5 to present?
Would you like to proceed with the presentation, or would you like to skip with Valerie, a group?
Well, if Valor says skip, then we should skip.
Are you okay with that?
I'm okay.
Okay. How about you, Sharizal? Would you like to present your team's proposal?
Wait,
I
Claire,
think
I want to present.
let Valerie present their proposal. I think my team proposal quite long to present. I don't think it can
Okay,
finish on
it's
time.
okay. Sharizal, I've got your proposal. It's just that I haven't gone through about the proposal. Okay. I'll try to find an ample time for that if I have got any by tomorrow or whenever I'm free. But I'll try to give my response to my feedback to you. I will try to give my feedback. Okay.
Okay. So do we have to present it next week, or you just
Next
comment
week,
it?
I would love to listen to your on-stage performance proposals. It's okay. But for your specific proposal, which is your video documentary, I will give you my personal feedback on you once I've done thoroughly with the reading. Okay.
Okay, it's fine to me.
Or if you have any other question, you can ask me later. Okay.
Can I ask now?
What is it?
About the target audience.
Okay, the target audience.
So,
Okay.
I have a bit confusion about the target audience. Do we have to write who we think will watch our video, or who should watch our video about the target audience? Which part should we explain?
It
Who we
can be
think will
both
watch?
actually. Sharizal, it can be both actually.
Okay.
Because you are going to produce this one and you're going to post on public, right?
Yeah, on public.
Okay. What is actually the topic of your group's proposal?
We are talking about the gallery at Batu Pahat. The
Okay,
gallery
Gallery Batu Pahat. Batu Pahat. Okay. Gallery Batu Pahat. So who do you think that actually would be more triggered to get to know about the Gallery Batu Pahat? About this
So
kind of thing, art.
I think people who learn subject sejarah and people around Batu Pahat and especially Johorians, I think they would love to watch the video.
Yes, that might be one of
Because
them.
we talk about their gallery.
Yeah. Okay, that is actually correct. That can actually be one of the person who actually triggered to get to know better about the Gallery Batu Pahat. Okay. So when we actually about your topic, okay, let me read first about your proposal. Later I will give you my feedback. Okay.
Okay, seems fine to me.
Any other question about this?
No.
Sure.
I'm sure.
Okay. Good.
Or maybe I will WhatsApp you later.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll try my best to respond as fast as I could and as nice as I could.
Take your time, sir. We don't mind.
Yeah. No. Okay, Valerie, it's your turn. You may present your group's proposal.
Okay, sir, just give me a few seconds.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, guys, later on, I will give you an attached the list of the students' name under my section, which is section 7. Sadly, the list of the students' name actually remains the same. There are only 42 of them actually registered under my section. And for the rest of you, okay, we will talk about this once Valerie finished with the presentation. Okay, proceed, Valerie.
All right, I'll try to make this as short as possible.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so for our topic, our project title is The Forgotten Dance. So basically, our video documentation will be about Kuda Kepang, which is sorry, I'm Sorokin. Sorokin tongue is a bit. So
Okay, just go straight to the one that you think a bit difficult for you to handle.
Difficult to handle. All right. So I guess it will be when we are gonna go for site visitations.
Okay.
All right. So basically, our plan is to interview the dancers. So one of our group members have an acquaintances for this group. So we'll be interviewing that group, basically just to know the history of the dance, what's the ritual, and so on. And basically, I don't think this dance it's well known, but for this generation, I don't think we're well aware of this. For me myself, I didn't have the knowledge of this dance. So basically, the whole video is about this dance, just to yeah.
Okay, I get your point. I think, yes, as you mentioned, it's not actually well aware by the latest generation because
Yes,
it is actually quite a traditional dance as well. Okay,
Yes, that's
but I think this is actually a good idea because you can dig further about the origin of Kuda itself. You know, the history part of it. Sometimes does it actually involve with some what do you call this? The what we have a specific with this. The the spirit, the spiritual element of this.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, if you manage to get further down to that, that'd be more interesting. Are you guys planning to go into that?
Yes, we are actually.
That's a good point actually. Okay, I actually approve this idea of you. Okay, it's
Thank you,
just
sir.
that the matter who is the person that you are going to interview to get the valid information about the whole history of the Kuda Kepang dance. Okay,
Okay. All right, sure.
have you specified that?
We haven't contacted the person yet, but one of our group members, she knows, how do I say this? Like a group that does dances. Like I think they're part of a competitions or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
That is actually a good start, actually, I think.
Mm.
Because once we get to know about this different group, you can actually get to know some of the acquaintances as well. So
Yes,
you will
that's
get
right.
better choices of the person that you actually will get more valid information on what you are working on. Actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. The target audience is actually, I think, for the fans, craft, younger generations. Yes. Okay. Definitely. Of course. Okay. Go down further. Okay, okay, okay. Down further. Okay, okay, Valerie. Once we're done with this, we can actually forward this template proposal of your team to me. Okay, by WhatsApp.
Sure.
Okay. Any other questions that you would like to further ask me?
Yes, actually, about the budget, if this is just the rough amount of budget, is it all right? Because we're not too sure about the quotations yet, but this is just like the image that we have in mind.
If it consists of zero budget, it's also fine.
Mm-mm.
Because it's actually on you, right?
Yes, that's
Because
right.
you are doing the execution of the project. I'm not going to be the one who's going to decide what range of budget that you should be doing, you should be spending on your team for the project execution. Okay.
Okay, got it.
So if this is actually for the determined of your team's budget, it looks fine to me.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that's
Do
pretty
not
much.
worry about the budget, okay?
All right. Thank you, sir.
Next, anyone else? No. Okay. Now let's go straight to the point that I would love to put on highlight on this one. Okay. Earlier this day, I've got a message from one of my students. I think it's Hafizuddin. Hafizuddin, are you here, Hafizuddin? Okay, I'm not so sure. Okay, Hafizuddin actually has he actually had forwarded the list of names of 77 of you to me, which is actually not really registered under my section based on our official site of UTHM. Okay, the names or list of the students that actually consist or that actually have been registered under my section is only 42, which is sadly that is quite worrisome because I actually have reported this one to Encik Zainal and Dr. Nuri, and Dr. Nuri told me that how this matter is actually happening, and I don't know. So Encik Zainal suggested to me, he asked me to actually put this one on forward to you that you should ask your faculty and your PAK. I'm not so sure about the process of the transfer of your registration, but the second choice that has been given to me is I will give you a sheet, I think an Excel sheet. You just fill out the sheet, and then those who need to fill out the sheet are actually those who actually not been listed under the list of the official website on UTHM students list. Okay, do you get it? Okay, this is the best that I could do to help you actually. The list of the names, I will hand it over to Dr. Riza, and she will take further action to go and ask to the respective faculties about this particular students. And in case that she can do something about this, she will try her best to do this, handle these things nicely. Okay. Do you guys okay with this? Hello? Are you guys asleep as well?
Okay, sir. All right.
Yes, Raf, Iqbal.
So just for one guy, or anyone else that has problem with the class?
What is it, Iqbal? I couldn't hear you clearly.
Is it just for the one guy or for anyone that has a problem with the class?
Okay. So for the time being, the names of students that actually has been registered under my section is only 42. whilst there are actually 100, almost 120 of you actually attending my online classes every night. So that is actually a bit unfortunate. So right now, what I can do, what I can do right now is I will give you a link. So those names who are not listed within the list of names that I will brought forward in our WhatsApp group, you please fill out your names inside that worksheet, inside that Google form, and then state your metro number, state your faculty, and once it has been completed, I will hand it over to Dr. Mariza, and she will take further action on this. Okay, Iqbal.
All right.
I because I've told Encik Zainal, Encik Zainal just asked me, Hafiz, you should only embrace and accept the students that actually only be registered under your section. But for the time being, I think it's not a matter of the department, it's a matter of the faculty. So this kind of matter is something that needs to be handled by the faculties themselves. Okay. The only thing that I can help you is right now, just list out just fill out the form later. And then once it has been completed, I will give it to Dr. Riza for her to take further action on this. Okay. Don't worry. I think you will not have facing any kind of problems in the nearest future, because we will try to help you guys the best that we could, just to make sure that you are still maintaining and sustaining yourself in my class. Okay.
Doctor, hello.
Yes, Daniel.
Hari Raya
Daniel, I
have-
couldn't hear you. You are speaking way too soft.
Okay, right. You can hear me, Doctor?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Hari Raya have class or not? 23 day.
Okay. Have you checked on your schedule? Someone asked me about someone asked me about 30 of May. Is it May or April? On the Cuti Peristiwa. Okay, Cuti Peristiwa, when the UTHM is not taking the Cuti Peristiwa, okay? It's just for those within the school area or within the private sector. So we're not taking the Cuti Peristiwa, which is actually falls on, is it Monday or Tuesday? If I'm not mistaken, it should be on Sunday. The Cuti Peristiwa, 30th of April, if I'm not mistaken. So we are still having that class on 30th of April. So Daniel, what is the specific date that you are referring to me just now about the Hari Raya? Next Sunday. Next Sunday is actually on
23 day.
23. Okay, let me check on the schedule given to me. 23rd. 23rd. I'm hoping not, because we are celebrating Hari Raya. So I don't want to have a class with Hari Raya, if possible. Okay. UTHM holiday for Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for informing me. Okay. Next Sunday. Am I right?
Yes.
Sunday will fall on 23rd. 23rd of 4th May, 23rd April. You know, it's stated here that on week 5, 23rd until 29th of April, we've got class, but 23rd of April is Hari Raya Puasa. So basically, I don't think we have class on these dates. I think. But the chances to have class on that day is also there as well. But I think, yeah. Okay, I'll try to confirm this information with some other lecturers as well. Okay, don't worry. But I think the possibility of not having class is higher than the possibility to have class on that day. Any questions on this? Anyone else? Hurry up. Anyone else? If you don't have any questions, just say, I don't have any questions to ask you.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
If
sir.
there is no other question, okay, now, okay. But we wait for any future notice from your attention by external holidays, but it happened just Saturday and Sunday. Okay, thank you, Harry. Yeah. Okay. So you guys basically, okay. Those who actually haven't filled out the spreadsheet for the attendance of tonight, please do so. And for the rest of you, okay, do not worry about, do not have a big concern about your registration of under my section, because we'll try our best to let you stay with within our group lah. Okay. Yes, Arif, do you have any? What is it? No.
No, sir.
Okay, no. Okay. So for the final words, Selamat Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Maaf zahir batin. What else? Just make sure you guys enjoy yourself during the holiday. A bit, but because I'm pretty sure that you guys actually already at your hometown. Duit raya mana? Why do you ask me duit raya mana? Why should I give you duit raya? You will get your duit raya. What is what SHR? Okay lah. Selamat Hari Raya. Okay. Selamat Hari Raya to you two guys. Okay. So keep be safe and sound throughout the holiday. I think we don't have any class on Sunday next week. I'm pretty sure about that. But further information, I will keep on update on our WhatsApp group. Okay. So for the time being, say yes, 00. Okay. Ahmad Haziq, Afaki Haziq, Selamat Hari Raya Mas Batin. Okay. To you too. Okay. See you next time. I think we'll see you again. I'll see you again for the next 2 weeks. Right? That is it. Okay. That's all. Thank you guys. Good night.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Welcome.
Nanti saya hantar.
And by the way, do not
Thank you,
send me
sir.
arigato. Do not forget to send me your proposal that you have presented. Okay, by tonight.